Cowboys Nation, buckle up because if you've been following the Dallas Cowboys offseason closely, then you've probably already heard the rumor that has everyone buzzing. Quinnen Williams, the dominant defensive tackle from the New York Jets, is reportedly signing or on the verge of making his way to Dallas. Whether you're a hardcore fan or a casual observer, this piece of news is more than just a simple roster move. It's potentially a culture-shifting, franchise-altering transaction that could redefine the Cowboys' defensive identity for years to come. Let's get something clear from the start. Quinnen Williams isn't just a solid player. He's an elite, game-wrecking presence in the trenches. He's the kind of interior lineman who doesn't come around very often. Explosive off the snap, devastating against the run, and disruptive in the pass game. When a guy like that becomes even potentially available, front offices across the NFL take notice, and clearly, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys' leadership have their eyes locked in. For years, Dallas has built its defense around athleticism, speed, and edge pressure, with stars like Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence leading the way. But as every playoff-caliber team knows, speed off the edge is only effective when there's push up the middle. Quarterbacks at the NFL level can step up and maneuver around edge rushers, but when there's a 300-pound beast crashing the pocket from inside, that's when the real problems start. That's what Quinnen Williams brings. The Cowboys have flirted with the idea of fortifying the interior before investing draft picks in players like Osa Odigizua and signing short-term veterans, but none have delivered the consistent impact that a player like Williams guarantees. He commands double teams, he sheds blocks with ease, and he's got an elite football IQ that allows him to read plays before they develop. Adding a player of his caliber to Dallas's already talent-heavy defense would take this unit from very good to potentially historic. Let's not sugarcoat this move is about more than talent. It's about identity. It's about a Cowboys team that has often relied on its high-powered offense, now signaling to the league, "We're going to punch you in the mouth at the line of scrimmage." This is the kind of move that teams chasing a Super Bowl make. It's a declaration of intent. And while some fans might be concerned about cap space, draft capital, or future flexibility, the fact is opportunities like this don't come around often. Quinnen Williams isn't aging out. He's not on the back end of his career. He's in his prime. That's what makes this move so significant. Now, there's also a storyline here about fit, and let me tell you, Williams fits like a glove. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, or whoever's taking over his aggressive, versatile system, thrives on disruption. He likes to rotate bodies, create mismatches, and unleash chaos on opposing offenses. Williams has the versatility to line up as a nose tackle, a 3-tech, or even out wide in certain stunt packages. His presence instantly frees up the Cowboys' edge, rushers and linebackers to play faster and with more confidence. Imagine Micah Parsons with fewer double teams. Imagine DeMarcus Lawrence having cleaner lanes. Imagine offenses having to scheme against a front where there's no clear weak link. That's what adding a player like Quinnen does. And let's talk leadership for a second. This isn't some selfish locker room problem. By all accounts, Williams is a high-character guy. He's vocal. He is accountable. He's respected by teammates and coaches alike. If you're building a championship roster, that's the kind of presence you want anchoring your front seven. Let's look at the Cowboys' current depth chart on the defensive line. It's respectable. Osa Odigizua is a promising player. Jonathan Hankins has been solid in stretches. But let's be honest, nobody on that line commands the kind of attention Quinnen Williams does. Opposing offensive coordinators game plan for him. Offensive linemen fear him. That's not hyperbole, that's the difference between good and elite. And this isn't just about regular season dominance either. Think back to the last few years. What's been the Cowboys' Achilles heel in the postseason? Getting pushed around in the trenches. not being able to stop the run in crucial moments, struggling to generate pressure when offenses play the quick game. A dominant interior presence like Quinnen changes all of that. He closes those escape routes. He changes the math on third down. He's the kind of player who can flip momentum in the playoffs with one sack, one forced fumble, one tackle for loss that backs an offense into a corner. He's a playoff weapon, and that's something Dallas desperately needs if they're serious about chasing a Lombardi trophy. Now, no discussion is complete without addressing the elephant in the room, the cost. Let's be real. Players of this caliber don't come cheap. Whether it's draft picks, young players, or cap space, the Cowboys would have to make sacrifices. But here's the thing. Would you rather hold on to a late first-round pick that may or may not develop into a starter 3 years from now, or bring in a proven Pro Bowl player who makes your team better right now? Football windows don't stay open forever. With Prescott still under center, CeeDee Lamb evolving into a superstar, and Parsons ascending to all-pro levels, the Cowboys are in their window right now. You don't waste years like this waiting on potential. You make bold moves. And this, if it happens, would be one of the boldest. There are also questions about contract and cap space, of course. Williams is on a significant deal, and the Cowboys have other stars they'll need to pay, including extending Parsons, possibly re-signing CeeDee Lamb, and keeping depth intact. But the salary cap is flexible when the front office wants it to be. Creative restructures, backloading deals, or moving money around can make room. Teams have proven time and again that if you want to make a move, you can. The cap isn't a concrete wall, it's a puzzle. And this front office, for all its faults, knows how to move pieces around when the time calls for it. Now, it's also worth mentioning what this move would signal to the locker room and to fans. It would say, "We believe in this team, and we're all in." That kind of message resonates. It builds trust. It builds excitement. It brings energy. Every great team has that one move where the franchise says, "We're not settling, we're going for it." For the Rams, it was trading for Von Miller. For the Eagles, it was adding key pieces to their trenches. For the Cowboys, it could be Quinnen Williams. There will be skeptics. There always are. People will say it's too much money, too risky, or that Williams won't be as dominant in a different scheme. Some might argue that the Cowboys should build through the draft, or that interior pressure isn't as valuable as coverage. But the reality is this: the teams that win Super Bowls don't sit on the sidelines when elite talent becomes available. They don't talk themselves out of greatness because of fear. They lean in. They take calculated risks. And this, if it happens, would be one of those moments. Just imagine a TNT stadium, primetime, 3rd and 7, the game on the line. The quarterback drops back, and there's Quinnen Williams crashing through the center like a freight train. That's the kind of impact you're buying. That's the dream. That's what this is all about. And from a content perspective, for those of us covering the team, this is the kind of move that changes the narrative. No longer would we be asking whether the Cowboys can win the division or maybe sneak past the wildcard round. We'd be talking about seeding. We'd be talking about how this defense stacks up against the 49ers, against the Eagles, against the AFC's best. It changes the entire conversation. It puts the league on notice. And most importantly, it shows that Dallas is tired of being close. They want to get over the top. So, as this story develops, keep your eyes and ears open. Nothing is confirmed yet. It could be smoke. It could be real. It could be negotiations behind the scenes that have already started. But regardless of what comes next, one thing is certain: the Cowboys are no longer content to just play good defense. They want to dominate. And Quinnen Williams might just be the key to making that vision a reality. So, Cowboys fans, what do you think? Is it worth the cost? Do you roll the dice on a player like Quinnen to potentially elevate this team into the elite echelon of contenders? Or do you play it safe, keep your picks, and hope the development route pays off? I want to hear your take in the comments. If you liked this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any breaking Cowboys news or updates on this